अरिहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। वंदितु सौ सिद्धे ध्रुव चलमणु वमम गदिम पते वो छामी समय पाहुड़ मिणमो शुद्ध केवली बणिदम। नमः समय साराय स्वानुभूत्या चकासते चित स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वभावांतर छिदे। Acharya Kundkund Samaysar and the commentary by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev. Yesterday we finished verse number 6. I have tried to summarize that verse number 6 through the help of a chart. Although it was rough, but I still shared it because I will not find again time for making it fair or typing it out, So just the whole verse revolves around what is the nature of the pure soul. What is the nature of the pure soul? That is what verse 6 is all about. So first quality that they say about the soul, pure soul, is that it has got a knowing nature. It is that pure soul itself is called Gnayak Bhav. Gnayak Bhav means Gnayak Swabhav, knowing nature or knowing state. For establishing that knowing nature or state, it was said that it is self-established. No one has made it, no one can destroy it. So it is self-established. Okay. Hence, its existence is beginningless, not created because it is not created by anyone and will never get destroyed. Hence, it is endless. So, the one which is beginningless and endless, it is called eternal. So, that is the second adjective that we have put in. The third one is it radiate eternally. Okay. So, it radiates, not radiate, but radiates, S will be there. Radiates eternally. Nitya Udyotru. Okay. Nitya means eternally and radiate means it's shining, it's shining. Here shining means it is present in the every modification of the soul. Okay. Whenever you feel you want to identify it, whenever you want to know it, it is always available. Okay. That's what it means. Okay. It radiates eternally. Third one is clearly illuminating light. Okay. So this soul is referred to as a light. Why? Because soul's nature is to know. And this illuminating light also knows. So that's why it is called illuminating light. Okay. Clearly illuminating light. Spast Prakashman Jyoti. Okay. So what is the function of a Jyoti? The function of the Jyoti is to illuminate whatever is there. You can see if there is Jyoti. And so soul is a knower. If the soul is there, you can know the things. If the soul is not there, then you cannot know anything. There are many things in this universe. But the omniscient knowledge is such that it can see all the objects of the universe with its present, past, future modification, all at one time. Okay. Such is the power of one modification of one attribute out of infinite attributes of the soul. Okay. So its function is to clearly illuminate light. Okay. So with this four adjectives: self-established, eternal, radiates eternally, and then we have uh, clearly illuminating light. With these four adjectives, the Acharya is defining the nature of the pure soul. What is its nature? Knowing nature. Okay, Gnayak Bhav. They could have told it, they could have said it as Parinamic Bhav, unchangeable Bhav. But just because the knowables are reflected in its knowledge screen, and that's why the name knowing nature has been termed. Okay, so it has been referred as a Gnayak Bhav, knowing state. Okay, now this knowing state can be looked from two perspectives. One is the modification viewpoint and the other is substance viewpoint. Okay, so when you view it from the modification viewpoint, what you can see, that this soul is now in worldly existence. It is transmigrating in the four states of existence. Okay, it is taking constant birth, death, birth, death, birth, death, here to there to here. So that is called worldly existence. Okay, so when you see from the modification viewpoint, of course, the soul is taking birth, the soul is dying. This is all conventional statement. Okay, so modification viewpoint is all conventional statement. Okay, so it has got worldly experience, worldly existence. Then what else we can see when we apply the modification viewpoint? That it is with beginningless bondage. The bondage is not new. The bondage is from time immemorial. Okay, beginningless, no beginning of bondage. It's beginningless bondage. What else we could see? It has got oneness with the karmic matter. Okay, just because the soul is ignorant. Okay, that's why it is doing oneness with karma. Oneness, mindness, doership, and enjoyership with karma. And when he does that, there are endless cycle of passions, variety of passions arising in the modification. Okay, this cycle goes on from dravya karma to bhav karma, bhav karma to dravya karma. Okay, so this cycle goes on, endless cycle of variety of passions goes on, and in this variety of passions there are two broad divisions. One is auspicious and the other one is inauspicious. So when you manifest auspicious, then you are binding meritorious karma, and when you are manifesting inauspicious sentiments, then you are binding demeritorious karmas. Okay, so this is what you can see from the modification viewpoint. But here Acharya Kunkundev says that no, Acharya Amrit Chandra says that no, there is another viewpoint, that is called substance viewpoint. If you look from that substance viewpoint, the soul's knowing nature never transform its nature. So from knowing nature, it never becomes a doer nature. From knowing nature, it never becomes inert. Okay, from knowing nature, it never becomes what you call, any other way you can say, it just remains a knower. Okay, because its nature is knowing nature. So knowing nature never transforms into any other type of nature, and that's why it is always pure. In the one sense being also it was pure, right now also it is pure. One question: if it is pure right now, then why I am not experiencing it? In the one sense it was pure, right now also it is pure, and in future when it gets liberated, then also it will be pure. Then the question comes that why I am not able to experience it? Any answers?
Can I answer?
Yeah,
Okay, so you can't experience. We are not experiencing right now because we are enjoining in the modifications and the per path.
okay.
So
Anyone?
we've not got the Samyak Darshan to know the knowledge of what the soul is. We have not attained it as yet.
Right. But why you have not attended? What is the
Because we have
reason?
not gone into deep studies to know that the soul and the body is different. We are
Okay.
yet connecting together.
Good,
So,
good, good, good. Then anyone else want to try? Priyanka? Priyanka is not there. Shashikala ji?
Sir, sorry, sir, I missed the question. What is that?
So, if the soul is pure eternally, okay,
Huh,
then
hmm.
why we are not able to experience it right now?
Sir, Acharya she says,
Hmm.
Acharya she is told in the Gatha number 4 or some first one,
Hmm.
you should practice, get into that knowing the pure soul, but we are hardly do. And
Okay.
also the and the Shraddha, that faith.
Hmm.
It's not, as Rajeshi told, it's not permanent, it's wavering.
Hmm.
Sometimes we
Hmm.
are
Hmm.
saying that I am a pure soul. Some one small problem comes, all
Hmm.
will go. All will, everything will go in the vein. Like
Right.
that, Shraddha is not sufficient
Yes,
enough to
yes, yes,
know
yes.
yourself.
Yes,
Very
yes.
firm belief is not there.
Yes, that is
So
what I
many,
wanted the answer. The belief. Why don't you believe it? Okay. Why don't you believe it? It is pure since eternal. It was also pure in the past. Right now also it is pure and it will be remain pure. By nature it is pure. Okay. So it is always pure. Okay. Because the knowing nature never transforms its knowing nature. Knowing nature remains always a knowing nature. Whether we believe it or don't believe it, it's another factor. But the nature never changes, right?
yes.
The knowing nature will not become a doer nature, okay? So that is where we need to work hard on. Now,
Sir, one small thing I want to add. Sorry to interruption.
hmm,
Previously,
hmm,
there is no hope. Are where you are going to get moksha like that? But after this, all these courses, 2 3 years, and
hmm.
a shoot of as belief has come. Okay, we know our
Yes,
karma.
yes,
That belief has
yes.
come, sir. For my own experience, my age, and what I brought up, and because we are seniors. That
Hmm,
time, to all this, no social media, phone, nothing is there.
hmm,
But Jaina Dharma only. But
hmm.
that time is not, faith has not come. But now it is coming. Maybe it is coming. We know.
Why this confidence has come, because of the
Uh,
exposure. There is no
yes,
shortcut.
sure.
You have to study every day, every day,
Yes,
every
yes.
day. But
Also,
that
Shraddha
is only
should be
going to
very
make the
firm.
difference.
Yes, yes, sir.
And those who have got more time, they can put in every day 6 hours, 10 hours. What else is going to come with us? So here is
You
an
are putting,
opportunity.
no, sir, it's a great, sir. You are putting 12 hours, 14.
Yeah, because I feel that there is nothing else to be done, because we are not going to carry this wealth in the next birth. We are not
Yes.
going to carry this family in the next birth. We are not
Mm,
going to carry this body in the next birth. So
mm,
all is going to remain here. But this
mm.
Ratnatraya, three jewels, right belief,
Mm.
right knowledge, and right conduct,
That I am, that Ratnatraya is I am, no, that belief
so
has to
that
be
we
very
can carry
firm.
forward in the next birth. So that
Mm.
is what we need to acquire here in this human birth. And
Yes,
for that, we need to put in studies. So the
but
more the
sir,
studies, the more, the exposure to this kind of knowledge, it becomes very natural then. Earlier, like like when you were grown up, when you were born as a kid, then how your name came to be Sasikala? Because
yeah,
everyone was saying Sasi, Sasi, Sasi,
yes,
Sasi.
yes,
So
yes,
you started believing that I am Sasi. So whenever
yes,
some says
yes, yes,
Sasi,
yes, yes,
oh, I
yes,
am Sasi. Even at the
yes.
night at 2 o'clock, if somebody
Oh,
calls
yeah,
and
call,
says
my name
Sasis,
is, yes,
yeah, then you
yes,
will absolutely get up. Why?
yes,
Because that hammering has been done.
yes,
That
yes,
hammering. And we need to do that hammering. Every
yes.
day you need to read about the pure
Okay,
soul.
sir.
I am
Sure,
the pure
sure.
soul. I am the pure soul. In
Okay,
every
sir.
situation, you are the pure soul.
Okay.
Now, what I am talking right now is the nature of things. By nature itself, soul is pure. Okay. So even if you believe that I am impure, why I am impure? Because I get sometimes unwanted thoughts, bad thoughts. Okay. And that's why I am impure. But you don't become impure. That is the beauty of thing, that even if you think you are impure, you don't become impure, right? So by from when you look from the nature substance, when you look from the substance viewpoint, the knowing nature never transforms its nature, okay, and become all these that we just now spoke about: worldly existence, beginningless bondage, oneness with karma, endless cycle of passions, merit, demerit, auspicious, inauspicious. We never become that, okay. We always remain the knower, knower, knower. Knowing nature never changes. And that's why, since it does not change, that's why it is always pure. Okay. So this is the logic. Now, if it is always pure, then the other 4 points that we need to check: does not change to inert nature, non-conscious nature. जड़ स्वभाव नहीं होता है, चेतन चेतन रहता है. चेतन is the characteristics of the soul, consciousness is the characteristic of the soul, and in consciousness there are two attributes connected. One is perception, darshan, and another one is gyan, knowledge. Okay, so it does not change to inert nature. From knowing nature, it does not change to inert nature, non-conscious nature. That is the first point. Second, does not become negligent or non-negligent, because these are two stages. Okay, these are stages of spiritual development. 1 to 6 is negligent, and 7 to 14 is non-negligent. But I don't become that stage. I am always a knower. I don't transform to that state, because that's a stage in the modification and I'm not the modification. Okay. So in the same time, if you just change the focus, from modification viewpoint to substance viewpoint, you can highlight this, your knowing nature, and then you establish oneness with that, and that is right belief. That's all. Right belief. Okay. So now onwards, as we move on to ahead in the Samaysar, every now and then you will get opportunity to realize yourself. Okay. So spend at least 2 hours a day reading this Samaysar from the beginning. Okay. And you have got, if you have any questions, you can ask me personally also. But right now, all 7 SEM you have not worked hard, I don't mind. But this is a time you should work hard, everything will pay off. So that's why in the happiness course, after explaining only 12 topics, I started Samaysaar. Because everyone can understand this. It's so easy, You have to just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself means believe in that you are pure soul, that much. Then the third point: remain dedicatedly experienced as distinct from the modes of all other substance. Okay. So I'm just not knowing that I am distinct from all other modes of other substances. Okay. Other substance means 5 substances. Okay. And apart from me, all other souls are for me non-soul substance. Okay. So all the 5 substances, I am distinct from all the 5 substances. Just not simply knowing, but at the same time experienced. Remain dedicatedly experienced as distinct from the modes of all the other substances. And that's why I am pure. Okay. This is the third logic. And the fourth logic is does not become impure through the knowable. Okay. So the knowables are reflecting in our knowledge screen. Okay. So when they are reflecting, the impurities that is in the knowable, the objects, outside objects, that impurity does not enter the pure soul. Okay. So it does not become impure through the knowable. Okay. So this is the second paragraph. Only 4 points. The other one is the example that lamp while illuminating the cloth and pot, cloth and pot is also lamp, and illuminating its own flame at that time also it is lamp. Similarly, this pure soul, the knowing nature, remains a knowing nature when it is uh, observing non-soul objects as well as soul objects. Okay, in both the situation it remains only a knower. Okay, so it does not become impure through the knowable. So this is in a nutshell Samaysar Gatha number 6. Now we
Sir,
move
this
on.
written part today you have shared or yesterday, sir?
Today. Just
Handwritten. So it will be available in the YouTube now, so that I can write.
but I've shared in the group, no?
Okay, sir. I will take it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You can
Dhanyavad.
pair it yourself and you can all put all the logics behind it. You can add up whatever you feel like, but start working on it. Okay.
Okay,
Now,
sir. Sure.
so today we are going to start the verse number 7. Samaysar Gatha number 7. Okay. Page number 89. Yes. व्यवहारु वद सद्धि नाणि सचरित दंसन ज्ञान वीडाण चरितम दर्शनम जान गो शुद्धो द्रग ज्ञान चारित जीव के यह कहाँ व्यवहार से ना ज्ञान दर्शन चरण ज्ञायक शुद्ध है परमार्थ से. Okay, so now we will start the Samaysar Gatha number 7. So you read from the beginning, Darshit.
Now, at this point, a question arises. If the relation of knower and known with the non-self is conventional and hence a source of impurity, then surely the distinctions among the attributes that give rise to conceptual differentiation must also, being of the same conventional nature, be causes of impurity. In that case, would it not be false to say that the Atma has knowledge, belief, and conduct? In response to this very question, the seventh gatha arises, which is as follows. The Nan Darshan Charitra of the Jeev are spoken of only from the conventional viewpoint, but from the real viewpoint, there is neither Gnan, nor Darshan, nor Charitra. The knowledgeable, Atma is indeed only a pure Nayak. The statement that there are no attributes of Gnan, Darshan, and Charitra in the Atma is not to be understood literally, for in truth the Atma is an invisible unity of infinite attributes such as knowledge, etc. The Atma, as the indivisible unity of these attributes, is precisely what is called the Gnayak Bhav, knowing nature. In the sixth Gatha, the Gnayak Bhav was described as Shuddh, pure, when inwardly contemplated and realized through direct experience, and such direct experience occurs only in a state devoid of conceptual thought. When one begins to analyze or expand upon the attributes and their distinctions, mental conceptualization inevitably arises. Therefore, in the context of Nayak Bhav as the object of direct experience, all distinctions among attributes have been negated. Should I stop or carry on?
Carry on.
The differentiation of attributes belongs to the domain of the Anupcharit Sadbut Vyavharnai, literal existent conventional viewpoint, whereas the Gnayak Bhav transcends all worldly viewpoints. Therefore, in the eternal and immutable Gnayak Bhav, all distinctions among attributes have been denied. In the sixth Gatha, by negating the states of Pramat and Apramat, Paryai, the Upcharit Sadbut Vyavharnai, figurative existent conventional viewpoint, was refuted. Now in this Gatha, through the negation of Gun Bed, the literal existent conventional viewpoint is also refuted. In this way, both forms of the Sadbut Vyavharnai, the Upcharit and the Anupcharit, stand negated. The negation of both Upcharit and Anupcharit Asadbut Vyavharnai was already accomplished in the commentary on the third Gatha, and again by stating being realized as distinct from the non-soul substances, it was reaffirmed in the commentary on the sixth Gatha. Further, in the sixth and seventh Gathas, even the Upcharit Sadbut Vyavharnai and the Anupcharit Sadbut Vyavharnai have been refuted. Thus, all four types of Vyavharnais have now been completely negated. Thus, the Gnayak Bhav, which is distinct from the non-self, distinct from the Pramat, Apramat, Paryai, and also distinct from the differentiation of attributes, is the one that is realized in direct experience and is therefore called Shuddh or pure. This alone constitutes the true nature of purity of the eternal and immutable Trikali Dhruv Nayak Bhav. It is this Shuddh Swabhav, pure nature, that forms the object of right vision, the goal of meditation, the supreme object of the viewpoint of absolute purity, Param Shuddh Nishay Nai, and the supreme manifestation mode, Param Parinamik Bhav, apprehended by the supreme absolute substance-based viewpoint, Dravyatik Nai. This very reality is designated here by the expression Shuddh Nayak Bhav, pure knowing nature. Here one might raise the question, since differentiation of attributes is itself the natural characteristics of a substance, and since the modes too are integral aspects of that substance, how can they be negated within the very essence of that same entity? Raising this very question, Pandit Chaitandri Chabda writes in the explanation of this Gatha. In this way, when distinction is made within the indistinct, it belongs to the domain of conventional expression. However, if considered from the standpoint of the absolute viewpoint, one dravya has absorbed countless paryai in a non-differentiated manner, and therefore there is no differentiation in it. Here one might say the paryais, modes, are also differentiations of the same substance. They are not unreal. Then how can they be called Vyavar, merely conventional? The resolution is as follows. That is true, yet here the viewpoint of substance has been made dominant by giving the teaching of Abed Drashti, the vision of non-difference. Only when distinction, Bed, is rendered secondary can the unity be clearly perceived. Therefore, by making Bed secondary, it has been termed Vyavar or conventional. The intended meaning here is that during the perception of distinction, the non-conceptual thought-free state, nirvikalp dasha, does not arise, as thoughts of passions such as attachment persist. Hence, as long as attachment, etc., are not entirely eradicated, bed is considered secondary. In order to lead the aspirant toward the non-differentiated, non-conceptual experience, when one becomes completely detached, one directly realizes the substance as it truly is, in both its aspects of distinction and non-distinction. In that state, there is no longer any need or reliance upon any night, for the truth is self-revealed beyond all viewpoints.
Stop. So far we have not touched the syllabus, only the Gatha that we have read. that is only the part of syllabus. All these were explanations that I thought is necessary for us to understand better. Okay. Now we come back to the Samaysar number 7 Gatha. What Kunkunda Acharya says. Okay. Kunkunda Acharya says in the main verse number 7 that the Gyan, knowledge, darshan, belief, charitra of the Jiva, here Jiva would be knowledgeable Jiva, Jnani. This is the explanation about the Jnani. The word Jnani here is missing. So we will put Jnani as knowledgeable or an enlightened one. Okay. The Gyan, Darshan, Charitra of the enlightened soul are spoken of only from the conventional viewpoint. So the object itself is non-differentiated, abed. Okay. Now, if you don't understand Darshitji, then how do? I then divide it. Okay. That it has got darshan, it has got gyan, it has got charitra, different attributes. And that, oh wow, I have got this also. I have got in me this also. So, just to glorify your nature, pure nature, Acharya, to teach the disciples, they differentiated among the attributes. Okay. This is called gun bhed. Okay. So we have studied about this gun bhed, that is distinctions of attributes in the 8 nayas, the 4th nay. Okay. Anupcharit, sadbhut, vyavhar, nay. Literal, pure, existent, conventional, viewpoint. Okay. Number 4. So in number 4, there was one component. One was 100% pure modification. The second one was gun-bhed. Okay. So gun-bhed again is a cause of impurity. When you want to realize yourself, you have to grasp the non-differentiated soul, abed soul. If you go on doing differentiating, like I have knowledge, I have belief, I have charitra, then I have what you call energy, virya, power, then I have different attributes. Then what happens, you are not able to experience non-conceptual state, nirvikalp dasha. Okay. Nirvikalp dasha does not arise so long if you are differentiating among the attributes. Okay. So distinction of attributes is the 5th point of impurity. Okay. So if you don't want to manifest impurity, then don't go into the distinctions of attributes. There are infinite attributes. You go on distincting, and there is no end to it. Okay. But you want to realize yourself, you grasp the non-differentiated entity. Abhed, Akhand, okay, Samanya, Nitya, Ek. So all those 4 that we studied in Agam Ke Nay recently, canonical scriptures, okay, that will come handy here. The 4, one eyes was closed and one eyes was open, substance viewpoint and modification viewpoint. From the substance viewpoint, it was general, then non-differentiated, then eternal, and one. From the modification point of view, same thing is specific, differentiated, non-eternal, and many. Okay, these 2 we studied in. So we have to now see only the substance viewpoint. Okay. So so when you differentiate among the attributes, then it is a case of conventional viewpoint. So in the 4 definitions of real point of view and conventional viewpoint, one was this. I'll just refer the page number here. So just you can read 3 lines. It is only 3 lines, but if you remember, then you will understand the whole verse. Okay. So page number 100 and 106. First paragraph. Darshit ji. (106). Yes. So the first paragraph. In this Gatha, the definition fundamentally asserts abhed, non-differentiated as nischay. So this is the definition they have used here. Okay. So there were four definitions of nischay and vyavhar, real point of view and conventional point of view. Out of this, abhed so nischay. Abhed as nischay and bhed as vyavhar. The moment you differentiate, it becomes vyavhar. Okay. So when I say that the soul has knowledge, the soul has belief, the soul has conduct, it becomes conventional. Okay. That is what was mentioned here. Now come back to our starting point again, page number 89. Okay. Now at this point a question arises, if the relation of knower and known, okay, knower is gnayak and known is gnay, okay, gnay gnayak sambandh with the non-self is conventional, okay, it's conventional because there in reality there is no relationship between the knower and the known, because known are only reflecting, no, the knowables don't come inside our soul, they remain there, only their images reflects in our knowledge screen. Okay, so they don't have any relationship in the real sense, but the relationship of knower and known is conventional. That is okay. If the relation of knower and known with the non-self is conventional and hence a source of impurity, then surely the distinctions among the attributes, gunbhed, okay, the distinctions among the attributes that give rise to, that's it, you have to go further up, not page 89, first paragraph of 89, first paragraph. Yes, I'll start again. If the relation of knower and known with the non-self is conventional and hence a source of impurity, then surely the distinctions among the attributes that gives rise to conceptual differentiation, vikalpa utpadak gunbhed, okay, the distinction among the attributes give rise to conceptual differentiation, vikalp utpadak gunbhed, must also, being of the same conventional nature, be causes of impurity. In that case, would it not be false, asat, to say that the Atma has knowledge, belief, conduct? Okay, so this is the question that the student is asking. Okay, in that case, would it not be false that to say that the soul has knowledge, belief and conduct, because you are going into the distinctions among attributes, and that is again a cause of conventional viewpoint. Okay, so through conventional viewpoint, soul is never realized. Soul is realized only when you get into the real point of view, and that also number 8, up to number 8 you have to travel. Okay, supreme real point of view, param shuddh nischay nay, that is the objective. Okay, so you can just revise that chart once again tomorrow maybe, and you will connect better. Okay, that's why I did all these readings, because here you have to identify which number is this one. Okay, so then the main verse, the Gyan Darshan Charitra of the knowledgeable Jeev are spoken of only from the conventional viewpoint. When we are making distinctions, it automatically becomes a conventional viewpoint, because from the real point of view, There is no knowledge, there is no belief, there is no charitra, only the soul. Okay. The moment you make the distinctions, it becomes conventional. Now, if you want to realize yourself, what you have to apply, real or conventional? Real. Okay. Then only you can experience yourself. Okay. But from the real viewpoint, there is neither Gyan, nor Darshan, nor Charitra. The knowledgeable Atma, Gyani Atma, the enlightened soul, is indeed only a pure Gnaya. Okay. So in that pure Nayak, if you make distinction, it becomes conventional. And through conventional, understanding can be made. Why the distinction was made in the first place? I told you already the logic, because the Acharya wanted to explain to the students. And student was not understanding when it was being said from the real point of view that the soul is non-differentiated. He was not able to understand. So the Acharya differentiated with the different attributes. And then he realized, oh, I am capable of this, I am capable of this, I am capable of this. So that's how the Acharya glorified the pure soul to the disciple. Okay. So that differentiation was for the purpose of making understanding. But when you want to realize yourself, no Gyan, no Darshan, no conduct. Okay. The knowledgeable Atma is indeed only a pure Gnayak. Remove all the distinction. We don't want any distinction. We want pure experience. So if you want to realize yourself, you have to get rid of distinctions. Okay. The statement that there are no attributes of Gyan, Darshan and Charitra in the Atma is not to be understood literally. For in truth, the Atma is an indivisible unity, akhand pind, indivisible, non-differentiated, of infinite attributes such as knowledge, etc., etc. The Atma, as the individual unity of these attributes, is precisely what is called Gnayak Bhav, knowing nature. Okay. In the sixth Gatha, the Gnayak Bhav was described as pure when inwardly contemplated.
So one question, sir. Aren't they contradicting the statement?
Which one?
You know, first he says that the Atma doesn't have Gyan Darshan Charitra. Then he's
Yes.
saying, don't take it from the real point of view. They have indivisible, infinite attributes. So isn't it contradicting
No,
of what
no.
they are telling?
So when
Yeah.
the statement was made that the soul has knowledge, the soul has belief, the soul has conduct, the moment the distinction was made, it become conventional. Okay. Now, if you want to make it real, then you have to say that there is no Gyan, there is no darshan, there is no conduct, it is only pure soul. Now, this is a real statement. So, conventional and real point would
But
always
again, they are saying no, sir.
what? Where?
But below that itself, it says, it's not to be understood literally. For the truth is the Atma has infinite attributes such as knowledge, etc.
So when
First he
there is
says,
the statement that there are no attributes of Gyan, Darshan and Charitra in the Atma, okay, is not to be understood literally. So, so it was just said that there is no Gyan, there is no distinctions of Gyan, Darshan and Charitra in Atma. No distinction, okay. So, from the real point of view, there is neither Gyan, nor Darshan, nor Charitra. So this is from the real point of view, they want to say that if you want to realize yourself, then you have to take the non-differentiated soul.
And just read the next line, sir. The next line, it contradicts that.
No. See, now you didn't understand the language. I'll just explain you again. Okay. The knowledgeable Atma is indeed only a pure Gyan. These distinctions are not there. Okay, these are all real statements. Now, the statement that there are no attributes of Gyan, Darshan and Charitra in the Atma is not to be understood literally. That means the soul is without of attributes that you should not understand. That is what they are clarifying. For in truth, you have got the Hindi book with you also, no, Rajeshri ji?
Yes,
Samaysaar?
sir. Got it, sir.
So
I've got it, sir.
just
Yeah.
try to connect with Hindi also simultaneously. So some
Okay.
of the intricacies that are there in English language, that also will be cleared once you read the Hindi. Hindi is very clear, but somehow this English translation at times, you know, everything doesn't match, because originally it was written in Hindi. So Hindi's flow is very good. But when
Yeah, no,
the
it was just, I felt it was contradicting the statement on top.
yeah, but it is not
That's what I
contradicting.
felt.
Yeah.
Read the Hindi book, sir. Okay.
Yeah. The statement that there are no attributes, no Gyan, no Darshan, no Charitra in the Atma is not to be understood literally. That means it is not true. Okay. For in truth, the Atma is an indivisible unity, okay, of infinite attributes such as knowledge. Okay. So all these statements was said in the light of that if you go on doing distinctions, then it will become a conventional viewpoint and you will not be able to experience yourself. Okay. If you want to experience yourself, then you should not distinct. You should not discriminate between knowledge, darshan, charitra, all these attributes. Okay. That's what they want to say. Now, the Atma as the indivisible unity of these attributes is precisely what is called the Gnayak Bhav, knowing nature. So when you say from the real point of view, it is indivisible unity. Okay, indivisible unity. The moment you make the distinctions, it becomes conventional. Okay. In the sixth Gatha, the Gnayak Bhav was described as pure when inwardly contemplated and realized through direct experience. And such direct experience occurs only in a state of devoid of conceptual thought. Okay, devoid of conceptual thought. Nirvikalp dasa. So nirvikalp dasa is a state where there are no thoughts arising in your mind, only the experience of the soul. So when you are experiencing the soul, at that point of time, there is no conceptual thought in your mind, no thoughts, only the experience. The moment the thought comes, it becomes conventional. Then you come out. Okay. In a state devoid of conceptual thought, nirvikalp dasha, when begins to analyze or expand upon the attributes and their distinctions, mental conceptualization inevitably rises. Okay. So when one begins to analyze or expand upon the attributes, different attributes and their distinctions, gunbhed, mental conceptualization inevitably arises. You cannot stop it. Therefore, in the context of Jnayak Bhav, as the object of direct experience, when you want to realize your pure soul, all distinctions among attributes have been negated. Understood? Rajeshri ji?
Yes, sir.
Now it is clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The differentiation of attributes, gunbhed, belongs to the domain of Darshit ji, which nahi? Anupcharit, Sadbhut, Vyavhar nahi. Tell me the number. Literal, existent, conventional, viewpoint. Which
Is it
number?
number 4? Number
Yes,
4.
very good, very good. Whereas the Gnayak Bhav, knowing nature, transcends all worldly viewpoints. Which number? Gnayak Bhav?
Number 7.
8. Whereas the Gnayak Bhav, knowing nature is pure, right?
Yeah.
So it is supreme real point of view, number 8. Whereas the Gnayak Bhav transcends all worldly viewpoints, all Vyavharatit, okay? Because when you move from 4 to 5, all becomes 4 becomes Vyavhar. When you move 5 to 6, 5 becomes conventional. When you move from 6 to 7, 6 becomes conventional. And when you move to 8, 7 becomes conventional. So when you reach 8, all the 7 are conventional. So it transcends all worldly viewpoints, all Vyavharatit. okay, beyond Vyavar. Therefore, in the eternal and immutable Gnayak Bhav, immutable means the one which does not change, unchangeable, okay. The eternal and immutable Gnayak Bhav, all distinctions among attributes have been denied. When you want to focus on the Gnayak Bhav, all distinctions of attributes have been denied. Because if you get into that, then you will not be able to realize yourself. Okay. In the sixth Gatha, by negating the states of Pramat, Apramat, Paryay, the Upcharit Sadbhut Vyavhar Nahi, which number, Rajeshri ji? Upcharit Sadbhut Vyavhar Nahi, figurative, existent, conventional, viewpoint.
Number 5, sir.
Number 3. Number 3. Okay. Upcharit Sadbhut Vyavhar Nahi. Number 5 is Ashuddh Nischay Nahi. Okay. That is a Nischay Nahi, and here it is Vyavhar Nahi. Okay. So these Pramat and Apramat states are all number 3. Okay. Was refuted. Now in this Gatha, through the negation of Gunbhed, the literal, existent, conventional viewpoint, Anupcharit Sadbhut Vyavhar Nahi, which is number 4, is also refuted. So number 4 refuted, number 3 refuted. Now they will talk of number 1 and 2. In this way, both forms of the Sadbhut Vyavhar Nahi, the Upcharit and Anupcharit, number 3 and number 4, stand negated. Now, the negation of both Upcharit, Anupcharit, Asadbhut. So, which are these numbers? Anyone?
1 and 2.
Yes, very good. Because this is Asadbhut, okay? That was Sadbhut, 3 and 4 was Sadbhut. This is Asadbhut, okay? Sadbhut is existent and Asadbhut is non-existent. The negation of both Upcharit and Anupcharit Asadbhut Vyavhar Nahi was already accomplished in the commentary on the Gatha, on the third Gatha, okay? Ekatva Vibhaktva, third Gatha. And again by stating being realized as distinct from the non-soul substance, it was reaffirmed in the commentary on the sixth Gatha, okay? As distinct from the non-soul substance. So in our chart, it was number, just a minute, just want to confirm. It was number 3, okay? Remain dedicatedly experienced as distinct from the modes of all other substances. Okay. ठीक है. Further, in the 6th and 7th Gathas, even the Upcharit, Asadbhut Vyavhar Nahi, okay, number 3, and the Anupcharit Sadbhut Vyavhar Nahi, number 4, have been refuted. Thus, all 4 types of Vyavhar Nahi have now been completely negated. Okay. Thus, the Gnayak Bhav, knowing nature, which is distinct from the non-self. So, when we say non-self, then it comes 1 and 2. Okay. That is number 1, which is the associations distinct from soul and distinct from body. Okay. That is number 1. And number 2 was body and karma. So these are all category of non-self. Okay. Thus the Gnayak Bhav, knowing nature, which is distinct from the non-self, that means 1 and 2, distinct from the Pramat, Apramat, number 3, and also distinct from the differentiation of attributes, number 4, Gunbhed, is the one that is realized in direct experience and is therefore called Shuddha, pure. So this is the 5th logic for pure. What we are negating now? Differentiation of attributes. Okay, because that is also a cause of impurity. So that also has to be negated for the self-realization of the pure soul. These alone constitute the true nature of purity of the eternal and immutable Trikali Dhruv Gnayak Bhav. It is this Shuddh Swabhav, pure nature, that forms the object of right vision. Drashti ka vishay. Okay. So, object of right vision, that is drashti ka vishay. The goal of meditation, dhyan ka dhyay. The supreme object of the viewpoint of absolute purity. Okay. So, viewpoint of absolute purity is not the correct word. You write supreme real point of view, because it is param shuddha nischay nahi. That is number 8. Okay. So, if you want to correct, you can write down supreme real point of view. It is the supreme object of the supreme real viewpoint. That is number 8. You can put it in the bracket number 8 so that you remember. Okay. And the supreme manifestation mode, param parinamic bhav, supreme manifestation mode. Okay. So here it is written bhav, that's why it is written mode, but actually it is not mode, it is the substance, it is not the modification. Okay. Supreme manifestation mode, you can cancel mode. State, you can write down state. Supreme manifestation state apprehended by the supreme absolute substance based viewpoint, param bhav grahi dravyartik nay. So this is from the agam ke nay. Okay. Viewpoints from canonical scriptures. Okay. That was recent our subject. Okay. Supreme absolute substance based viewpoint, dravyartik nay. This very reality is designated here by the expression Shuddha Gnayak Bhav, pure knowing nature. Okay. So Shuddha Gnayak Bhav, or supreme real point of view, or supreme absolute substance based viewpoint. Okay. All these means the same thing. Okay. Object of vision. Okay. Object of right vision. It's the same. Object of right vision. Here one might raise the question, since differentiation of attribute is itself the natural characteristic of a substance, and since the modes too are integral aspects of that substance, how can they be negated within the very essence of that same entity? Raising this very question, Pandit Jaychandji Chhabra writes in the explanation of this gatha, in this way, when distinction is made within the indistinct, it belongs to the domain of conventional expression. So whenever you make a distinction within the indistinct, it becomes the domain of conventional expression, vyavhar nahi. However, if considered from the standpoint of the absolute viewpoint, okay, from the real viewpoint, one dravya has absorbed countless paryay in a non-differentiated manner. Okay, एक द्रव्य अनंत पर्यायों को पी के बैठा है. पी के बैठा है means absorbed. Okay, that means the divisions and subdivisions are no more visible. I am seeing that indivisible entity. Okay. So when you want to realize yourself, you have to see the indivisible entity and not the distinction. The moment you focus on distinction, you come out of your experience. Okay. However, is considered from the standpoint of absolute viewpoint, one dravya is absorbed countless paryay in a non-differentiated manner, and therefore there is no differentiation in it. There is no differentiation. कोई भेद नहीं है. Abhed, only abhed.
So, sir,
Yeah.
here when they're talking of the dravya, they mean the jiv, right? The
Pardon?
pure soul.
Pardon.
Here when they talk of the dravya,
Yeah.
The substance here is the pure soul.
Pure soul, right? Pure soul, right? Here one might say that the paryayas, modes are also differentiation of the same substance. Definitely, they are also differentiation of the same substance. They are not unreal, avastu. Then how can they be called vyavhar? Okay, how can they be called merely conventional? The resolution is as follows. That is true. Yet here, the viewpoint of substance, dravya drashti, okay, object of vision, okay, has been made dominant. So we want to highlight this particular viewpoint, okay. The viewpoint of substance, dravya drashti, that is what we want to highlight, has been made dominant by giving the teaching of abhed drashti, the vision of non-difference. Okay, so whenever we try to focus on the abhed, it is always be the real point of view, because real point of view can only take you towards the experience. Conventional doesn't have the capacity to take you to the experience. So conventional job is to take you up to the real point of view, and then real point of view will negate the conventional and get you to the self-realization. We have given two examples in Agam Ke Nay. If you want to cross the river, you have to board the boat, and when you reach the other side, you have to leave the boat. Okay, negate the conventional. And the other one, you have to apply, when you want to wash the clothes, you have to apply the soap, and then you need to remove the soap. Similarly, conventional viewpoint is used to make you understand the real point of view, but when you actually reach the real point of view, then conventional viewpoint has to be negated. That is the nature of these viewpoints. Okay, there is nothing wrong in it. The resolution as follows. That is true, yet here the viewpoint of substance, dravya drashti, has been made dominant by giving the teaching of abhed drashti, the vision of non-difference. Only when distinction is rendered secondary, okay, distinction is rendered secondary, can the unity be clearly perceived. Okay, when distinction is rendered secondary, gone, okay, then only the unity be clearly perceived. Therefore, by making bhed secondary, distinction secondary, it has been termed vyavhar, conventional. Okay, because the purpose was to make the dravya drashti dominant. Okay, that's why this has been negated and this has been put into the conventional account. The intended meaning here is that during the perception of distinction, bhed drashti, okay, the non-conceptual thought-free state, nirvikalp dasha, the non-conceptual thought-free state or thoughtless state, nirvikalp dasha, does not arise. So when you are realizing, what is the state? This state. Which state? Non-conceptual thought-free state. There are no thoughts at that point of time, only the realization, only the experience. Okay, does not arise, as thoughts of passions such as attachment persist. Hence, as long as attachment etc. are not entirely eradicated, bhed is considered secondary. Okay, bhed is considered secondary, bhed is considered as conventional. In order to lead the aspirant, okay, the seeker, towards the non-differentiated, non-conceptual experience. Okay, so bhed is considered secondary, gone. Then what is highlighted? The real aspect is highlighted. Okay, Trikali Dhruv Bhagwan Atma, object of vision, is highlighted, and when it is highlighted, then this state of non-differentiated, non-conceptual experience arises. So in order to lead the aspirant towards the non-differentiated, non-conceptual experience, abhed roop nirvikalp anubhav. When one becomes completely detached, now with practice, Once you have realized yourself, now you keep on practicing, the purity goes on increasing, and there will come a state when 100% purity will be manifested, and that will be completely detached state. So when it becomes a completely detached state, when you become an omniscience, then we don't need any viewpoint. Okay, there is no need of any viewpoint. Viewpoint is only required when you want to highlight something and ignore something. Okay, but in Keval Gyan, omniscience knowledge, everything is known in one moment, so nothing is to be ignored. So no viewpoints are there in the omniscience knowledge. When one becomes completely detached, one directly realizes the substance as it truly is, in both its aspects of distinction and non-distinction. In that state, there is no longer any need for reliance upon any viewpoint, for the truth is self-revealed beyond all viewpoints. Okay, so this was the explanation. Now we are coming on to the main part of our syllabus. Okay, it's on page number 107, straightway, which is a part of our syllabus. This you all marked up. Huh? If you don't mark, then you will be very difficult for you to find answers in examination. Straightway go to page number 107. Okay. Yes. Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev. So this is what we have in syllabus. Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev explains the purport of this Gatha in the Atma Khyati commentary as follows. Now see, the notion that impurity in the knowing nature is due to the bondage modes, bandha paryayas, is not at all true. The notion that impurity in the knowing nature is due to the bondage modes is not at all true. In truth, it does not even possesses darshan, gyan or charitra. Okay. In truth, it does not possesses darshan, gyan or charitra. For with regard to the proximate disciples, okay, for with regard to the proximate means nikatvarti, the one who are very close, proximate disciples who are still not an expert in the realization of the single bearer of infinite properties, realization of the pure soul, single bearer of infinite properties, अनंत धर्मवान एक धर्मी. Okay, एक धर्मी is single bearer. The acharyas, in order to explain the nature of the dharmi is pure soul. Okay, dharmi means pure soul. Instruct them through many aspects of properties, many aspects of attributes, properties, nature and power. Properties, aspects of properties, dharmas. Although by their nature, properties and possessor of properties, dharma and dharmi, are non-different, abhed. Still, by making a nominal distinction and purely from the standpoint of convention, wherever such instruction is given that the knower, the enlightened knower, again add word enlightened. Here it is written Gyani, in Hindi it is written Gyani, so here they have written knower. The enlightened knower has darshan, D is missing, you can write down D, has darshan, gyan or charitra. So from the standpoint of convention, such is instruction is given that the enlightened knower has darshan, gyan or charitra. This is conventional viewpoint. Yet when viewed from the standpoint of ultimate truth, real point of view, since the infinite modes, anant paryayas, are all absorbed into one substance, there is no distinction right now. Knowledge, belief, conduct, no distinctions. All the infinite modes here means attributes also. Okay, modes doesn't means modification. even the gun bhed, distinction of modes, distinctions of attributes is also called mode. Okay. The infinite modes are all absorbed in one substance. Okay. Ek dravya, the one who has directly experienced and united. So when you want to experience, you have to just realize the non-differentiated entity. The moment you make a difference, then you come out of self-realization. Okay. Experienced that united, inseparable, one-natured fundamental elements. अभेद एक स्वभावी तत्व.
Sir,
For him,
sorry. Sir, 1 minute. Modes also means here what you told, gun bed, na?
attributes.
Attributes.
Distinction of
But
attributes.
here in the bracket they are given Ananta Paryaya only.
So if that in Hindi itself also it is written that this
Yeah.
paryay means gun also.
Gun
also.
Okay,
yeah,
sir.
gunbed also.
Yeah, thank you. Here that what you say is suits very exactly.
Yes,
Wow,
yes.
that yeah.
There is
Okay,
one natured element for him. There is neither darshan, nor gyan, nor charitra. He is the only pure knower. Ek Shuddha Gnayak. So here the syllabus ends for the verse number 7. But we did so much of explanation in the beginning because at least what is important that will always touch. There is lot of information, more information also, which are not directly related to our syllabus here, but say again commentaries from Jaichayan Acharya. That also if you want to read, you can read, but we are not covering here in the class because already it's becoming difficult for us to understand because we are doing it in English. If it would have been Hindi, you could have better understood, So I would just insist that whatever you read in English also correlate with the Hindi version. Okay. So those who know Hindi, they can very well read it. So at least you know the essence of what we are talking about. You may not remember, but at least the realizations happens. Bhav bhasan hota hai, what we are talking about.
Sir, actually in this Gatha, what that first part they told, there is no bed. If you are doing distinction means it is Vyavahar.
Yes.
All the 4 types of 4 is negated when you talk about the pure soul.
Yes.
The same thing Acharya here also say, Dharma is a pure soul.
Yes.
If you do all these distinctions, it is Vyavahar. Once you want to
But
realize
again, if the disciples are not expert, have not become expert, then Acharya will use Vyavahar. Acharya will use distinctions of attributes to glorify the pure soul. But once he becomes an expert, then there is no use of Vyavahar.
Once you, for the self-realization, you should concentrate on the pure soul.
Yes, pure soul.
That only, that's the gist of this Gatha, I believe.
Yes, definitely. 6th and 7th, they have established that this pure soul, in the 5th Gatha also Acharya said that I will show you this pure soul, ekatva vibhaktva, unitary yet distinct, unitary yet distinct soul. I will show you this unitary yet distinct soul, and if I show you, you should realize it. Okay, and if I fail in showing you, then don't pick up the wrong things. Okay, that Acharya is told in 5th Gatha. So in the 6th Gatha, he is depicting the image of the pure soul, Gnayak Bhav, by referring to it as a Gnayak Bhav. Okay, so this has to be.
Actually, sadhak, no, 3 types they used to say, sir. Bhashika, Naishtika, sadhak. I mean, Bhashika, Naishtika, sadhak means those very near at realization. That 3 types they used to say.
Yes, Stravak. But that is not here. Here we are talking of the real point of view. We are focusing on the real point of view, how the soul looks from the real point of view. From the conventional point of view, all these things are there. Okay, that we explained in the verse number 6 also, and today also we discussed through chart. From the conventional viewpoint, if you see, all this would be seen. All these are there, It is not false. But Acharya is telling us to you see from the real point of view, from the substance point of view. And there is no darshan, no gyan, no charitra, nothing, only indivisible entity. Okay? Undivided entity, non-differentiated pure soul. Just relax, just experience and rejoice. The moment you experience it, you enjoy. Okay? So this habit we have to develop. There needs to be a constant hammering of this. Rajeshri ji, how much hours you can spend
So what, sir?
for studying the scriptures?
Oh God, might be, no, not more than half an hour to 40 minutes.
So very busy in the household work.
Household, office, everything together, sir. Everything is at home only. It's all work from home, do from home.
Now leave all this. It's not going to come with us, but I will.
But how will the house run, sir, if I leave everything? Sir, you're a man, sir. It
You have
doesn't matter.
enough
You can
money.
leave.
You have enough money.
So it's not money doesn't buy you things that you need for the house. You have to go to get it, sir. Nothing. You're a man, sir. You could stay back and say anything, but a lady has to run the house, whether we like it or not.
The moment I retired,
True, sir. I agree with Rajeshi. Ladies are working so much, sir. Even
yes,
we are
I know.
also.
But from my side, I will
Gents
say,
not doing.
the moment I retired, all the external work of house I am doing only. So every day my wife will order.
I wish
that
my
you have to
husband
bring,
also retires, sir, and he
you
takes
have
the
to bring
housework.
this, you have to bring this, you have to bring that.
I wish my husband
And I
retires.
also enjoy. I like walking. I go by walking and bring all the things. So
Sir, Madras is 51 degrees. If I go walking, I will not come back home.
nothing happens. Nothing. All the labors
It's
you
so
see.
hot.
You
It is
go.
so
You
hot, so
you
hot.
visit a construction site and you see all the laborers working over there at this
Yeah,
temperature.
sir,
I was
night,
not born
sir.
in that.
Poor
I was
fellow,
not
night
born in
there
that
also.
degree, sir. I was not born in that degree. I'm born in a very different degree, sir. So
I know.
can't experience it.
So it's all about the mindset. But like spare at least 2 hours for study right now. Everyone, minimum 2 hours I want. Otherwise, all this will we will complete 5 years. We have already completed 3.5 years. And
Sir, if
another.
you study 2 hours, means definitely MCQ, all will get 50 out of 50, sir. We are not doing that.
Forget about the MCQ. I'm talking about experience, and you are talking about MCQ. No, I'm not concerned with. I'm not concerned with marks at all. I am concerned with Bhed Vigyan, how you can discriminate in day-to-day life, real life, how you can win over situations where you need to manifest passions and you don't manifest. So all these are, little bit of homework is required, little bit of hammering is required, and once you are through to it, then it all picks up. It automatically gets connected. So first stage would be to spare time with Jinvani. Same thing what we read today. Tomorrow morning, maybe you are getting half an hour, no problem. You read again this one, okay? And then pick up the word where you are not understanding, and then you ask me, okay? Just leave a voice message also. I will reply on voice message, no problem. If you have time, you can directly call me also. I don't mind, okay? Because you have come all the way. It's very difficult to continue up to 7th sem. People gets dropped in first sem, second sem, maximum third sem, all the goners are gone. But you have all traveled to the 7th sem, and you are also attending classes, doing regular homeworks, everything so good. So you are matlab,
Yeah, even now I'm
most
on the wall. I'm a
eligible
cat on the wall,
aspirant,
sir.
most
Even now I'm cat on the wall. But I don't know when I will leave.
So, I wish Seema, my wife, was listening to this, because with all the women saying what they were saying, she will probably join the class.
So
Sure, later.
you have to plan it out. See, you have to make adjustments, you have to plan it out, but this is something that you should not neglect or leave to any chances. You have to just slog it out, spare time, read again and again, read while traveling one place to another place. You have a going by car. I did lot of study in train, local trains in Mumbai. So I used to stay in Daisar, and I used to travel to Marine Lines, my office. So it was a 1 hour journey, and I used to read there. So when there is a will, there is a way. Okay. So just I'm just highlighting because this is something you will miss. If you don't get into studies right now, then everything will go over the head. Okay. Just little bit of study, maybe half an hour every day, that is also fine. If those who get more time, they study more. Okay. Okay. So we'll connect next week with verse number 8. Okay. You can read in advance. Now this was very important. Now the next, I will be giving you homework for this Samaysaar CC3. My words would be 6, 7, 14, 13, 14, 15. Only 5 words. Out of 25 words in the syllabus, I will give you to summarize 6, 7, 13, 14, 15. Okay.
Sir, but we've already done CC2 and CC1 in Samaysaar, no, sir?
Yeah,
Already we've done.
that was a different, that was the whole
Okay.
Samaysaar. And this is only 1 to 25 words.
Okay, but we summarized just now, no, sir?
Yes,
I don't know.
yes, but that was a different kind of summary. This is a different
Okay.
kind of summary. Here we will be
This is the
just
whole of Granth, ma. All the
Ah,
9 Adhikar summary is first CC2. This is
yes.
individual gathas.
This is individual gathas, right? Okay. Anyways, we will catch up. निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए, जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है उसके लिए, जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है. 9 times नमोकार मंत्र.